Yeah, look, I know y'all are thinking, hey, is today Sunday? No, it's not. It's Monday. You're right. My bad. Hey, it's Donnie B, Learn Pro Recording. Hey, man, yesterday we had such a full day yesterday. We normally don't take business on Sundays. Sunday's supposed to be, a day off. You know what I mean? But yesterday, man, the perfect storm happened and people needed to get in and do stuff, and who am I to say no? That's my thing, man. Who am I to say no? I don't want you to come in and enjoy my studio and have a good time and stuff. So yeah, come on over. That's my thing, man. Come on over. We'll have a good time. We'll hang out. So yesterday was a full day. I honestly did not have time to reach out and do a podcast with you. So here I am today, Monday. Welcome in, everybody. Like I said earlier, it's me, Donnie B, Learn Pro Recording. Hey, man, this week has been crazy. We've had a lot going on. We got an album project we're working on in Studio B, and that's one of the things that was going on yesterday. Then we had the big podcast going on in the big room in the other studio. The one with the ladies in production, and man, that's a serious production, dude. We have 6 cameras and a switcher and an operator and hair and makeup, and it's crazy, man. It's a damn TV show, and then when they come in, man, they do 2 shows. So yesterday was kind of we had to start a little bit later because we had a guest on Zoom. They had a guest on Zoom. So because of the time zone difference, and they were in another part of the world or something. So we had to wait a little bit longer on that one. And then they had an in-house guest, which was awesome. The in-house guest was fun to listen to. And look, I'm just the audio guy on the thing, man. I don't have anything to do with the production of that show or anything. But mics sound good. That's all I really need to know about. So anyway, and then the project, the vocal project going on in Studio B, I kind of can't really talk about at the moment. We will. It's going to be a good project. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. It's by somebody that you know. So we will discuss that when I'm allowed to. All right. So anyhow, we got, man, the holidays are upon us. They're coming. Students are starting to flake off a little bit. Not flake off, but they're making their plans to go off to wherever they're going to go for the holiday, the Thanksgiving holiday, and go home, see mama, and get some good food. You know what I mean? Stop eating a Adele taco, bro. Get you some real food that's cooked by mama, and grandma, cook it up. So, yeah, man, there's that, So, there's a whole bunch going on. We do have a thing. I wanted to invite you guys to come in, and we're going to do, it's on Tuesday the 23rd, 6 p.m. Pacific time. We're doing a live broadcast. I know you guys know about this podcast. I like to do it raw. I like to do it real. I don't like to have edits and cuts and things. Sometimes I have to because I might say stupid and I got to cut it out. But other than that, yeah, the whole thing gets approved by the boss before it goes out, before you guys see it. The boss lady approves it, and sometimes she has me take things out that she thinks are inappropriate. So there's that, and there's sometimes a lot of that. Y'all know me. You're used to me by now, so damn. Just go on, continue. So now the live thing is going to be fun. There won't be a delay, so there will be stupid said and done, and I'm sure we'll have a good time. No, look, the live thing, I joke around, but the live thing is going to be it should be interesting, man. What I want to do is a hybrid mix. I want to do a mix where we actually come out of the system onto our analog console, and we actually mix on the analog console, and I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a good time. The song I think the song that I'm gonna use is one that we've had around for a minute. I'm still waiting on permission from the producer. What I want to do is I want to be able to give you guys this song after, while we're actually mixing on it live. I want to make it available for you guys to download and do your own mixes, and then submit the mixes to us, and we'll critique. We'll see, and then of course there'll be a prize for the top. Let's say the top three that we choose out of all the mixes that come through. They'll come on, man, a T-shirt, hat, something like that. We'll hook you up. We'll give you something. It'll be fun. So look for that. Again, I'm just waiting on permission to so I can tell you which song it is. But it'll be cool. Whatever song we do, there's 2 in the running right now. But whatever song we do, they're gonna be awesome. They're basically organic tracks that were, the live instruments, drums, bass, guitar, vocals, keyboard, something like that. So get ready for that, man. Get signed up, dude. I'll put a link down below. I know you guys are watching on YouTube. I'll put a link down below. Y'all get signed up. Hey, that gig is, we're keeping it to a minimum of number of people. So last time we did this, man, one thing is I was doing it by myself, which is difficult. I was trying to switch cameras. I was trying to think about the mix. I was trying to answer the questions and respond to the comments and everything all at the same time. This time, what I got is I got 2 guys that are going to help me. 2 of my students are going to come in and help. One guy's going to be on cameras and one guy's going to be moderating the questions and comments and stuff. So we'll get to all the questions, and then it doesn't have to break apart, break up the mix and make it suck like it did last time. Yeah, last time, man, the mix got out of hand, and I kind of stopped thinking about the mix and was thinking too much about the production and the cameras and the lights and then the questions and stuff. So the mix got out of hand and it got a little bit stupid, but it was all right because it gave y'all something funny to talk about in the comments. So it was cool. That snare drum, bro, that snare drum is just horrible. I don't know what you're thinking on that one. Yeah, don't look, this time, man, if y'all got specific questions, like you want me to run the snare drum through an EQ or compressor of, that we might have here that you haven't heard or whatever, let me know, man. I'd love to try out your ideas, So definitely come in and interact and comment. Like I said, we're gonna keep it to a minimum number of people. So go down there and click on the link and get signed up. And then too, if after you sign up you decide that you can't come in, please go in and cancel it so we can open up that slot to somebody that wants to come in and use it. So, because like I said, we're keeping it to a certain amount of people. So just to make things easy and let everybody get a part, let everybody interact and be a part of it. So it ought to be good. So speaking of mixing, segue, bro, right up in there. No, look, something came up this week, and what I wanted to talk to y'all about. Something came up this week. One of the students asked a question, and it kind of got me thinking that we should talk about it. There's a couple of things, man. We were listening to one of the programs that we teach here. Is that we listen to the top 10 hits of the week or whatever. We kind of go through and talk about the mix and the production and what we think is going on with it, and then we kind of try to investigate it a little bit and see what's going on, like who mixed it, who produced it, what studio did they use to do it in, and what studio they used to record the vocals, that kind of stuff. So we were looking at the Adele's new song, Easy on Me. I don't know if y'all saw the Adele thing last night, but pretty dope. A lot of fun. Yeah, Adele, dude, she's just she's just a natural talent. Her voice is just amazing. I love the tone of her voice. Whatever's going on in there, it's it's just amazing. It's pretty cool. It's one of those vocals like Celine Dion, man. You just hear it and you're like, that's Adele, So that's kind of that. But anyway, we were listening to Easy on Me, the single that got released, and dude, what a great song. I mean, honestly, Adele, girl, go. That's amazing. I mean, you're back. I love it. The vocals on that are pretty cool. I don't know what mic she used. We're still like trying to figure out some stuff on it. Like what I want to know is what reverb was used in the mix on her vocal, because that reverb is it's amazing. The first part of that song, dude, is just a piano and a voice, and it's pretty. It's amazing. Just listening to it, and you can the reverb is just one of those reverbs you're just like, oh damn, that's awesome. So whatever reverb they use, I kind of suspect it was. I'm kind of hoping it was Universal Audio's Capitol Chambers. I'm kind of hoping that, because it kind of reminds me of that when I use that on vocals in my mixes. It kind of gives me that feeling, So I kind of like that. But then. And this is where the conversation came up with the student. Then what happened is when I think it's the second verse in the song, the band comes in. And you can tell that the guy that mixed this song is a bass player. That's the sad truth of that song, is that it was mixed by a bass player. It's evident it was mixed by, it's pretty obvious that it was mixed by a bass player, because dude, the bass is like the best thing in the song when it comes in, even at some points overtaking the vocals, which with Adele, man, that should be a mortal sin, you know. Any mix part that's trying to take over Adele, it ought not happen. So this is where the conversation came up. Is it best when you're mixing, is it best if you are a musician? Do you have to be a musician to be a mix engineer? Do you have to be a musician? Do you have to understand notes and keys and things if you're a mastering engineer? And this is the conversation that came up with the student. So we were discussing and thinking about it, man. If you listen to some songs, recorded songs, you can tell what instrument the mix guy plays. I mean, honestly, especially live shows. Live shows, it's probably even more evident that you can tell which instrument the sound guy plays. You know, the front of house sound guy. It's that. I mean, they have an affinity toward that one instrument, and that's the instrument that they're listening to, because that's the instrument that they play, and that's the instrument that they're interested in making sound awesome. Whether it's drums, whether it's vocals, whether it's guitar, bass, whatever. I mean, that's the instrument that they have the most affinity for. So that's the one that they're going to focus on mostly. I kind of feel, and this is just simply my opinion, everyone, don't go get mad and send the emails and the comments and stuff. That's cool. I kind of feel like if you are not a musician, you're not specifically a musician, you don't play a specific instrument, and you don't have this affinity toward one specific instrument over another, that might make you a better mixing engineer, because you don't have that one thing that you're listening for. You listen for all of it. Like myself, I am not a musician. I do not play. I'm not focused on guitar. I'm not focused on drums. I'm not focused on bass. I don't play any of these parts. Now, that being said, I do. I mean, I've been around the music industry long enough where I understand what they sound like, and I can play. I know 3 chords on a guitar like everyone else, and I can count to 4 drummers. You know, it's cool. I'm definitely not the best drummer in the world, but I can hold a 4/4 beat. You know, it's all right. But I'm not focused on that in a mix. In a mix, I'm more focused on everything together. I heard somebody say one time, and this is about another part of the conversation that came up. This guy had heard the same thing, that somebody said, okay guys, today we're going to start our mix, so the first thing we got to do in a mix is solo the kick drum. What? Solo? Wait, isn't the word mix putting things together? I don't know, dude. But this guy actually said this, and it's not okay. Don't do that. First of all, everyone listening, never do that. Don't solo stuff. What's the first thing you do in a damn mix? Listen to the song, maybe? I'm just throwing it out there that might be a thing. Yeah, listen to the song, especially if it's a song you have not heard. All right, there's kind of a difference in, and this is another part of the conversation that came up, the demoitis. If it's your song, and you've been working on the song, you've been writing the song, you've been making the song, creating it, playing all the parts, putting it together, you've been working on it for a minute, and you like what you did. You like what you hear on your system. It's already there. You like how the demo sounds. When you give it to a mix guy, he's going to do it how he feels the song should be. That mix person is going to do it the way that she feels it should sound. So in this arena, that actually changes it. So if you've been stuck in listening to this thing for months and months and months while you've been working on it, and then you hear somebody else's take on it, somebody else's version of it, that may be awesome, but you still got the other thing stuck in your head, and you're like, oh no, it doesn't sound like my demo, man. And I've actually had clients tell me that exact thing. Oh, it doesn't sound like the demo. Well, yeah, because the demo is a demo. This is the mix. Now, again, we get into this whole thing where if you send me the song, I'm going to mix the song how I feel the song needs to be mixed. The song's going to let me know what it wants. It's going to let me know how it wants to sound, you know, depending on the parts that you put in it, depending on how you recorded it even. You know, this is another conversation that we were having. I mean, there's a thing I was watching, the thing with Chris Lord-Alge. He was doing an interview with Warren Hewitt on Produce Like a Pro. And he actually said the words. He said, you should record like you're not going to mix, and mix like you're not going to master. And that really resonated with me. That really meant something to me, because that's kind of the mantra. That's kind of the thing that I have when I'm tracking, when I'm recording. I make my snare drum sound the way I want my snare drum to sound, and I press record. I'm not going to depend on the computer to do it for me later. You know, I'm going to dial in the EQ and dial in the right level, get the mic just right, get the right mic, get the right height and distance and angle, and I'm going to make it sound awesome, and I'm going to record it that way. And this is how it should be done. You know, when I hear people say, "Oh, don't worry about it, I got auto-tune." Dude, the girl right there singing, just get her to sing the note properly. You know, why are you gonna put auto-tune on her just because you running out of time? You know, what's the deal, man? Why? I don't understand it. You know, these engineers and producers that call themselves producers and engineers, they wouldn't make it in the 1970s. They had no clue. If you didn't have talent, you weren't working. You know, you had to have some kind of talent going on. You know, some of these records that come out today, dude, it's awful. You know, it's just the mix is you could tell the mix was rushed. You could tell that the project was rushed out just because it's a money making thing or whatever. You know, I get it, man, but at the same time, dude, it's your song. It's art. You know, treat it as art. It should be, and a mix should be art. A mix is a different part of the project, yes, but it's also my art. It's my creativity. It's what I do. You know, so when you send me a song to mix, I'm gonna mix it how I feel the song should be mixed, and I'm gonna make it feel the best it can feel for the song. You know, now there are circumstances where, let's say that the client didn't send me a reference track. You know, he said, "Oh, I kind of want my song to sound kind of like this." You know, like, okay, if it's a Christian song, send me a reference of a Christian song that you want your song to kind of model, you know, and be like. But if you don't send me a reference and the Christian song sounds like a rock song, I might just mix it as a rock song, you know, or metal drums or whatever, you know what I mean? So there's a difference, man. There is a difference in how songs are mixed and how songs are put together. So, dude, make sure you send those reference tracks, man. If you guys are artists out there sending tracks off to be mixed, you know, send a reference, man. So let somebody know, hey, I kind of like this genre, and I like this feel of this song. So if you could make my song kind of feel like that, that's how we do it. All right. So the whole idea of mixing is that you are putting things together. That's the whole idea. So part of the first section of it, when somebody sends me a song, is that we break it down. We kind of organize things how I like it. Now, I come from the live mixing world, so I like things broken down with drums over here, then basses, then guitars, then keyboards, then vocals. That's how I like to see them across my console, whether it's in the computer or whether it's actually on the console. And we'll discuss this in the live thing, in the live mix we're going to do in a couple weeks. We will discuss this. Then there's organizing of your tracks in the computer. Now, what we're doing actually is a hybrid mix. So some of the tracks are in the computer. All the tracks are in the computer, but some of those, we'll use some plugins and we'll use some outboard gear together in conjunction with each other. You know, and that's a hybrid mix. So one of my favorite reverbs, Capitol Chambers, is one of my favorite reverbs for vocals. It's actually in the box. Another one of my favorite reverbs for snares is Little Plate by Sound Toys. That thing, dude, you turn it on, turn it up, boom, you're done. You don't have to do anything. That thing's sick. It's amazing. For the snare drum, it's my favorite. You guys can agree or disagree, but that's totally fine. You got your favorite, I got mine, and together we're gonna make awesome music. You know what I mean? So the next thing you're gonna do in a mix is kind of get your mix looking the way that you want in your computer. Like you might want your drums to be purple, you know, so you change the color of all. You make a group of your drums, make them, maybe even send them to a subgroup, maybe even send them to an auxiliary that you can put out to a stem mix. You know, if you're just going to be doing say you only have a 12-channel console, you know, you got to break things down. So put all your drums on one, put all your basses on another, and so on and so on. You know, we're fortunate here, man. In Studio B, we've got a 60, 78 on the mix. It's a 32 channel console. It's an inline console. So there's 32 on the bottom, 32 on the top, and then the 8 buses. So we can get a lot, man. We get a lot done on that console, you know, on the console actually. So, but you know, if you only got a 12 channel Mackie, it's still a summing mixer. Go on and send the stems out, mix everything in the box, and then send it out to your mixer. It's fairly simple. You know, you're still gonna get that analog signal path, just to give it that bigness and that punch that you don't get inside the computer, because the computer only goes so high. That's all you got. That's all you get. There's only so many ones and zeros that can happen inside the computer. So, but with coming out to the analog via the hybrid, you can crank a little bit, give a little bit extra. You got a little bit more, let's go a little bit higher. You know, got a little headroom, let's jump up on it. So there's that, you know. So then the next thing you're gonna do is while you're listening to the song, after you've kind of organized, you've already listened to it, and then you're gonna kind of go, okay, well, let me organize it how I like it. Now you're gonna organize it. So then you start playing it, right? Now you just kind of adjust the levels, the panning. You might have 2 guitars, you want to split them out to the outsides. You know, you might have a bunch of background vocals, so you want to send them appropriately where you want to send them. You got your lead vocal up in the middle, you got your drums up in the middle, you got your bass in the middle, and then everything else is kind of on the outside. You send some of your effects out there. You start putting effects on your song. You know, you can say, okay, well, I think the snare drum needs a little EQ just to get some of the, it's clashing a little bit with the piano, so let me just move that over. Let me move some of those frequencies out of that. And then you just start, dude, you get into this flow, and you just start mixing. I mean, you guys know what tools you need, and you pull your tools, you know. Hey, you know what's really funny, man, is we are a commercial studio. So a lot of clients come in here and they're like, oh, you don't have the waves thing? You don't have the L2? You don't have the waves thing? That I love the waves thing. And I'll buy it. I'm just like, oh, well, if you need it, man, I'll hook you up. It's what, 29 bucks, and it's on sale right now. So I'll go buy it, you know, and put it in there. So what happens now, my computer, if you look at, there's probably 150 different EQs on the EQ list of the plugins in Pro Tools. It's ridiculous, man. It gets out, it's literally out of hand. But there's different, you know, there's different clients and different producers that come through here and they want different stuff. So we kind of cater to everyone and all genres and everything. I pretty rarely say no to pretty much anything. You know, music is music, and music is life, and music is the money. And we're actually making music to make money, which is a goal for everyone, should be. You know, that we do this stuff to do what we love to do to make our money. And then it's not a job, dude. It's a lifestyle. You know, I love it. It's awesome. I love being here at the studio, even more than I love being at home. You know, I don't fish, so I guess maybe if I fished, I'd love fishing more, but I don't. So whatever. No offense to the fishermen out there. Y'all doing a great job and having fun. That's good. So, so the next thing you're gonna do in your mix is you're gonna take things after you get everything sounding right. You're gonna bounce a version of it out and you're gonna send it to your client. And then your client's gonna go, ooh, man, it sounds really good. The drums are getting good. Everything's starting to feel good, but could you raise the vocals just a tad, the vocals just a little bit more? So they're gonna give you some notes. Then you go back into the mix and you adjust according to their notes, as long as you agree. I mean, if the guy's saying, oh, dude, I can't hear my bass, you know, well, that's because there's too much of it, you know, and whatever. So, you know, it's still your mix. Even though it's the client, it's still your mix. And that's a big thing too. If, you know, I kind of don't like, I'm not gonna say I don't like it. I don't want to mix with the client in the room, because this is my mix. It's my mix. If the client's in the room, and let's say that here's an example of a scenario, is that I have to put an EQ on the snare drum to remove a frequency that I think is clashing with the vocals, from the snare drum to the vocals. I'm gonna insert the EQ on the snare drum, and I'm gonna start dipping out a couple of frequencies that I think might be clashing with the frequencies that are going on in the vocals. Whatever. The client might look at that and go, hey, why are you putting an EQ on the snare, bro? The snare sounds good. Dude, I'm trying something, so if you could not talk, it'd be great, because I'm trying to pay attention. I'm trying to get focused on. So me mixing is kind of like your songwriting, you know, an artist's songwriting. Don't come in here and tell me that, oh, you can't use that word and. You should use the word but instead of and. Why would you say that? You know, it's kind of very similar to that. You know, it's my mix. Let me do what I do, and I'll give you the final product. If you don't like the final product, then we'll tweak it. We'll adjust it. But having the client sit in the room and tell you what to do, it's really not your mix anymore. It's now their mix through you. So there's that. So that's kind of one of those things, man. It's just, I don't know, dude. A lot of times the client wants to be in the room with you when you're mixing. Generally what I'll do is I'll do a preliminary mix on my own, get it to where I think it sounds good, and then I'll bring the client in to help, to give their opinions and stuff. But I like to get it to where I feel it's a good place. I like to get the mix where I feel like it's in a good place before I bring the client in to work with me on it. So there is that. There's the bunch of stuff like that going on. And then so once the client gets done and they love it now, then you can output it and send it off to mastering. That's kind of the way I roll. That's kind of the way we do it here. I usually put something on the master fader while I'm working on it. I've heard it called top down mixing. I usually put a little EQ and a little compressor, just very slightly, just to give it a little bit of boost on the output while I'm working on it. If I'm working on the analog, I might add the bus compressor to it while I'm actually working on it, just to make it feel a little bit bigger and a little bit better while I'm working on it. I will take that off before I send it to mastering, though. I'm not going to send that to mastering with anything on the master fader. Sometimes the recent trend is that I've noticed we do mastering here as well, and sometimes we get tracks sent to us to be mastered and there's no room. Everything's everything's at 0 dB. What do you want me to do? I can't do anything. If I boost any frequencies, they're going to distort. What do you guys want me to do? And I asked a guy one time, I said, dude, why are you mixing at 0 dB? And he basically said, oh, I don't want the mastering guy to change my mix. Okay, but that's not what mastering is supposed to do. Mastering is supposed to take your mix and make it bigger and better and fatter and wider. That's what they're supposed to do. And if you don't give them any room to do that, they can't do anything. They can't do their job. So they can't make it bigger and better and fatter and wider. So maybe leave a little bit of space for your mastering guy. Like I actually asked my mastering guy, I said, hey man, how much room do you need me to leave you? And he wants between -6 and -12 dB. And that's kind of where I meter things while I'm working on stuff if I'm going to be sending it to my mastering guy. I've been working with the same mastering guy for 12 years, 15 years. Super cool guy. Really knows his stuff. He's Mike Milchner at Sonic Vision Mastering. Yo, Mike, what's up? So, in case you guys care, I'll actually put a link down there. Y'all can go check him out. He's a good dude. He knows what's up. The thing I like about him is he's mostly analog. A lot of his gear is analog, and it feels good. I like what he does. So, like I said, man, we've been working together for a minute. Hey, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I've taken up a lot of your time. So, on the Learn Pro Recording website, I will put a link in the description on YouTube there, so you guys can check that out. There's the free thing this week is the 3 things you need to think about before you start your freelance audio engineering business. It's just a free guide that's going to help you guys start thinking about, hey, maybe I can make money doing this from home. Maybe I can make money doing this on my laptop at the Starbucks. Yes, you can. Get out there and get her done. Here's a couple of things to help you get started. So it's free. Just go down there, go to the web page, the main page on Learn Pro Recording. Click the thing and sign up. It's real simple. And then also that'll put you on the list. And from the list, you're going to get weekly emails come out, just basically blog posts, usually helping out with something or another, giving you information about something. It's always free, no big deal. There is a paid version of it, the Learn Pro Recording membership and community, which you guys can pay. That gives you access to one-on-one coaching, gives you access to the courses at a discount. Gives you access to me as a coach, as well as you can always reach out. You guys can always reach out to me if you have any issues, or you've got anything you want to talk about, anything you think that you need help with. Reach out to me. info@learnprorecording.com. I'll put a link right here, right about there. I had to look at the monitor. Sorry. I'll put a link there. info@learnprorecording.com. Reach out to me. Just let me know if there's anything y'all are struggling with that I can help you with. We can put together a workshop. We can put together a blog post or even a podcast about it. So just let me know, and get signed up for the thing, for the live analog mix, the live hybrid mix on Tuesday the 23rd, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, get signed up for that. Come on in, hang out with us. It's going to be a great time, and have a great week, everybody. This week's going to be awesome. It's the week before the holidays start to kick in and people start getting crazy with turkey and then Christmas and then New Year's and then, you know, all the other stuff that goes on in the holiday season. So you guys get ready for that and have a great week, and we will talk to you soon. And again, reach out. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you to help out. All right. So have a great week, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk to you next time. Make music, make you money. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.